Game one of the NBA Finals. It's pretty ass. It was over. Well, I'll be nice. It wasn't over in the first quarter, but it was pretty nasty after the first quarter.
It was nasty after the first.
Yeah, I was watching from a Korean barbecue place, and
Ooh.
yeah, it just wasn't a good sight. PJ, because I was out, so I might have missed some stuff. What did you see that led to this disastrous outcome for the Dallas Mavericks?
Let me let me just double check before I say something stupid.
Okay. Yeah, no, I
So
mean,
the first quarter to me in the first 6 minutes was the closest we've ever seen.
no, of course.
And
Yeah.
then a downfall.
No, you're right. No, that
Pingus
is.
Pingus is shooting random shots. Oh, contested, hand in my face. I don't care. You're not that tall. I'm gonna shoot over you.
Mm-hmm.
He was hitting fadeaways.
Mm-hmm.
Luca, this game, he played like he was in the '80s, man. I had Louis over the house. Shout out
Oh,
to Louis.
hey, shout Louis.
And bro was like saying, look at Luca. He's playing old man basketball. The whole time it's just mid shots. Like he'll go down the lane, slow euro, bump someone off the chest and shoot it. That's all he does.
To
I
Luca's
mean,
credit. To Luca's credit.
he got 30.
He definitely did the most on the team today.
Yeah.
He definitely was the one hitting shots. And I didn't want to say that, for those first 6 minutes where it was close, we saw great shot making from Luca and Kyrie. There were some pretty insane shots. Kyrie hit one over two people. Luca was in traffic. He was, putting up the layups. He was hitting threes. He was doing it all. And then, if
Oh,
I'm not
wait,
mistaken,
did you say Kyrie in the first 6 minutes?
Kyrie in the first 6 minutes hit a couple shots.
Two shots.
That's what I said. He hit a couple shots.
Because when I heard that, I was like, I remember that Kyrie he only had like 4 points in the first
That's what I
quarter.
said. In the first 6 minutes, he hit a couple shots. One of them was a fadeaway over Derek White, Andrew
Okay,
Holiday,
you're
and
right.
the other one was the layup. I'm pretty sure it was a layup. Whatever it was, he had another shot before. Other than that, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't double check this, but like I said, I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure Luca was taken out after those first 6 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it was Kyrie and I think Lively and like the bench. And then
Um,
that's when there was a downpour. That's when the 23-5 run started. And I was like, where did Luca go? I thought he was cooking. Like,
here, I think Kyrie. I think you got the wrong player. Uh,
what do you mean?
Lucas started, but when I started watching the game, it was
Wait.
like around maybe 8-10 minutes. Kyrie wasn't there, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this with number one?" And this Jaden Hardy was on the court, and I was
Did,
like,
did
"Why
Jaden
did?"
Hardy hit that shot? I do. I really. I'm pretty sure that was Kyrie. Am I wrong on that? Hold on, I'll double check.
Because okay, he made a fadeaway bank. It
I think
doesn't tell
someone
me
else
who.
hit a fadeaway. Hold on. Let me look at this.
I have the thing right now. It tells me Jaden Hardy. He played 5 minutes, and for the first quarter he didn't play in the second, not the third, but he played in the fourth. But the start of the game, I saw Jaden Hardy, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? I haven't even seen him the whole
Okay,
playoff."
no, but that's what I'm saying though. It was Kyrie and the bench. I think they were both on the court. I think it was both of them.
No, Luca was playing, and Kyrie was on the bench. Because I was asking Louis, he was showing me his parlay, and I was like, "Bro, Kyrie's not even in." It was PJ, Hardy, Luca. I know Kyrie was on the bench because they had the close shots when he had the towel on his head. I think this is Lively and Gafford that was on the court, or Jones and Gafford on the court.
Okay, well, either way, there was a time. I swear there was a time in the first quarter, at some point, where Luca wasn't on the court. Like I said, I could be wrong. I was watching from K Barbecue. I could be wrong, but regardless, from
You got
from
the fadeaway and the layup right.
yeah, I know Kyrie hit like a couple shots or whatever, but man, that run, I was like, where is Kyrie? Because like I said, from my perspective, I didn't think Luca was in. Could be wrong, but regardless, I was like, where is Kyrie? I was like, why? Where is he? So is he invisible? Like I feel like he hasn't touched the ball in forever.
Mm.
So that, and I mean, you don't need me to tell you that Kyrie had a terrible game. Kyrie went 6 for 19, 12 points, 0 5 from three.
He
Like
had a terrible game.
I think everybody on the Mavs had a pretty much a terrible game in one way or another. And I mean, that's the only way you can get blown out like this is if everyone is ass. So
Yeah,
everyone was just, this was just a really bad game. So I don't know what Tingus Pingus was Tingus Pingusing. Like
Pingus Pingus.
he looked like the guy that everyone was hyping him up to be. I mean, and I don't know why they could. The other thing, they kept going at him in the first quarter. They kept trying to go to the paint while he was standing there. I was like, why, why, like, why are we attacking this guy? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is
Oh,
not the team. Like, the Mavericks don't have a bunch of people that are like great finishers or like crafty finishers around the rim.
only
Like,
Kyrie.
and yeah, and Kyrie was ass. So I was like, I don't know, understand why they keep going at Porzingis. I mean, I'm sure part of it is like the Celtics were like, let's force them to do that. Let's force them in a situation where they have to go against Porzingis in the paint. But
Uh,
man, it was nasty.
Honestly, in my opinion, it's around the perimeter. It's just hard to shoot those shots. You got Derek White, Drew Holiday. Everyone on Boston could play perimeter besides Tinkus Pinkus. The pink Tinkus Pinkus got
Fingers,
the he's the
fingers.
anchor. He got it.
Yeah, but
Great defense.
my thing was just they were making some crazy shots at the beginning. They were hitting the shots. Luca was hitting shots. Kyrie had a couple shots at least. And then like when the run started, it was just like I didn't see much from either. Like if I didn't think Luca was on the court, I guess he wasn't doing anything. So I don't know. I like it just felt like they were conceding. Like all right, let's just go to the paint. And they had lanes, but also the other thing I want to say, the whole team was so indecisive that I saw zero
Mm.
confidence from anybody. There was a lot
Luca
of
had to sit down a lot.
there was a lot of times where they got into the lane and then or they it looked like they got somebody with a move and then they would go to shoot and then they'd be like, "Oh, wait, never mind." And then they'd make a panic pass. And I saw a lot of that. So I think what happened with the Mavs was just a lot of nerve. I would assume it's nerves, the yips, something. They just weren't ready for this moment. And
Um, I'm gonna cut you off real quick. I was telling the guys this earlier that in the first game, I'm gonna exclude for both teams the conference finals, but for the maps for both uh rounds against the Clippers and the Thunder, they've lost the first game by like 10 points or some shit. So I'm assuming that they'll lose, not on purpose, but they'll lose and see like what are the X and O's when they play against Boston. They know Tingus Pingus was shooting lights out. They know that Jalen Brown he turns up at home. Because I've been saying Jason Tatum doesn't do well. Homie only had 16 points. I think he shot 37% from the field. Yes, he did. Uh,
yeah.
fucking. I think they're just seeing where it goes. They always win game two, and then they lose. It's a back and forth game, but they never go to seven. I said that last episode. So I'm pretty sure the Maps are just figuring things out against Boston. That's it. For Boston, welcome home, Tingus Pingus. You're shooting lights out. They might lose game two
Welcome
because
home.
game two is where the Mavs turn on the switch. So I think it's gonna go 1-1 for the next game. So I mean, we'll see.
That's a fair point. Also, I just want to say real quick, I believe if I'm reading this chart correctly, uh, Luca was out for the last 3 minutes, which is probably of the first quarter, which is probably why I thought that he just wasn't there for I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't really know what this chart is. That's what it looks like to me, anyways.
I think it is. Yeah, you're right. You're on the money.
Okay, that's why I thought I was like. That's why when the run was happening, I was like, "Where is Luca?" I was like, I was like, "Stop the bleeding!" But I get it. At that point, it's already happening, and
Yeah.
the quarter's about to end. But the
I
other thing I
mean,
want to say
go.
About Luca, he was giving up way too many open corner threes. And I don't know if it was just him or if it was a whole team thing, but there's a lot of times where there was just free open corner threes. And they were just like, it was almost like he was daring the Celtics to keep shooting them. And then they started making them. And then it was like, something needs to change. You can't just keep giving them wide open corner threes. Like, this is not, you're not going to win.
Respectfully, I think Luka could have got 50 this game, but lose.
I,
There's a lot of shots that he took, the Euros, but that I mentioned earlier. He will take a bump and then he'll make it. Or he does stupid passes where it's like lazy passes, where he goes up and just drops it, expecting Lively to get it, or he'll go up and then he'll slide it to Lively or PJ Washington from the three. And there's like one that I know that he was already up. He could have shot it. He could have got because Derek Lively, my bad. Derek White, he slapped on the wrist. They got the foul for it, but it wasn't shot because he passed out. He could have had a lot of and one shots opportunities, but
offensively, that's one thing. I'm saying when,
offensively he was
okay,
doing, but he was just
what I'm saying is on defense, that's my
uh,
bigger problem. When he's on defense, and like I said, I don't know if it's just him. I don't know if it's Jason Kidd telling them to do certain things on defense, but there was way too many open corner threes. They were so free, and they just kept shooting them. And I was like, did you're why are you playing this game with the Celtics? Everyone on the floor for them can shoot threes,
yeah.
all of them. And you're just giving them wide open threes over and over. And I know not all of the threes were wide open. I'm saying
Most.
specifically with Luca, a lot of times he was helping off of the corner man. And then the corner guy he was guarding just gets a wide open three. And I'm like, you can't do that. Like that
I
something has to change with that. Like
I did
that's
not watch the first games. Sorry to cut you off, but
oh you're good.
I didn't watch the the Thunder and the Clippers game one, but I think this is the worst defense I've seen Luka do. He didn't give a shit. Every time someone blows by him, he looks at them and he just stays in the front, like he's guarding nobody, and he just lets Derek Lively do all the work and try to block them, whatever. I think he didn't care about this game, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, like the whole team just looked out of it in one way or another. Like Kyrie didn't look right.
mm-hmm.
Luca Luca only had one assist, and part of that could be because the Celtics game plan to take away his playmaking. Some of it could be his teammates aren't hitting shots. It could be
Teammates
he
weren't
didn't
hitting.
want to pass as much. It could be a combination of everything.
Oh, he
But
was passing a lot.
him only having one assist is literally unheard of. Like this is not like Luca at all. Like this is an anomaly. So I don't know. The Jason Kidd has to figure something out.
Teammates weren't really hitting. PJ had a lot of open threes. Everyone had open threes. Just couldn't hit a damn shot. Um, Shout out to JJ Redick and LeBron James for this podcast. I was watching your podcast yesterday, and apparently they were saying if Luca ticks off, Kyrie can't go off. If Kyrie goes off, Luca can't go off. And it has happened a couple of games, and I see how that goes. I mean, I guess it's if Luca just turns off the switch on scoring and he just goes passing mode, and that's when Kyrie would get hot. Because obviously this game, he didn't get hot. I mean, he did have 30 points, but Kyrie was on the biggest slump.
I mean,
So yeah,
I guess it just depends what going off means. I mean, like if even if Kyrie's at least just giving an efficient 20, like that's winnable. Like you can win. It's possible to win off of that, but he can't shoot 6 for 19 in any circumstance. That's like
0 for
not
5.
that's not acceptable at all. Even he
This
doesn't
is
have,
Kyrie.
like I said, yeah, he doesn't have to go off. He doesn't have to take over the game, but you can't do that
No,
at
yeah,
all.
you're the number two. Like Louis was like shitting on him for going 4 for 11 when we were talking about the
Oh
Thunder
yeah,
series.
yeah,
This is a guy who should be shooting. I mean, he did go 6 for 19. That's what I'm expecting Louis would want.
yeah,
But
yeah.
at the same time, you should be at least getting around 20. You're the number two guy. Everyone is expecting you to do good, especially against Boston, the team where you said that, oh, I'm gonna come back next year, blah blah blah, and not even coming back. Uh, Kyrie, we're expecting you to play like it's the Western Conference Finals. You guys played against the best defensive team in the league, and then I'm guessing Boston's right next to them.
Yeah.
You should be going up. This is the team where you should be going up. Those other games, the first 2 rounds, it's those don't compare to the finals. This is where you need to get that number two on your ring.
Here's the funny thing
Number two on
is, ever since he stepped on the Celtics logo, he's now 0-11 against the Celtics.
uh,
There's no way the Mavs actually get swept. It would be insane if they did. It would be hilarious, honestly. But, you know, I haven't been out on any team that's gotten blown out in this playoffs. I wasn't out on the Nuggets. They almost did it. I wasn't out on the Timberwolves when they got blown out by the Nuggets. They did it. So, I'm not out on the Mavericks either. I think that there was absolutely some, oh my God, it's game one of the finals. What do I do? Especially because
yeah.
they have guys like PJ Washington, Derek Lively's a rookie, and Kyrie's in Boston. People are people are booing him and shit. It is what it is. Game one, get your jitters out. They're on home court anyways.
Yeah.
Figure it out. You have some days to figure it out. You have some time. They went on a run in the third quarter. I looked away. I was eating whatever. I looked away, and then all of a sudden it was an 8 point game, and I was like, oh shit. And then it wasn't an 8 point game anymore, and then the game
It
was
went back
over.
to 20.
So this series isn't over. But one thing I was surprised about is actually like a lot of analysts were picking Dallas over Boston to the point where Boston became the underdog, and I was like, this makes no sense to me. That should not have happened.
It could be biasy because Boston
Oh
is
no,
Boston.
yeah, it is. But the fact that the like, because people like compile all of the predictions or whatever, and then there was more Dallas predictions than Boston predictions. I was just like, that
Wow.
doesn't make sense to me. That shouldn't happen. Uh, but obviously we're gonna talk about the Mavs because they got blown out. If we're gonna poke any holes in Boston, any hole, because there's really obvious, it's Boston. I still think that the playmaking and ball handling of Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum is still not very good. I think they're still liable for a few turnovers, bad turnovers a game. Maybe you can exploit that. I know the Warriors did when they played against them. I know that was 2 years ago, and they have definitely improved since then. But I think it's still an area they can attack. But that all comes down to what Jason Kidd can cook up. I'll tell you right now, I I irrationally hate Boston. I don't actually hate anyone on the team or anything. I would have a reason to hate Jason Kidd and
Yeah, yeah.
or Kyrie. Like I could point to any moment and say, you deserve to lose because you did this. So hey, if they shit the bed, all the slander is shifting to the other side. So be prepared. If the hater when the hater comes out, it's we're popping champagne. All right, PG, you got anything else to say? We talked a little bit more than I thought we would.
Oh yeah, me too. I had to talk my shit. I watched the whole game.
I know.
Just wasting my time. I didn't even have to watch the game
I
after the first quarter. I didn't even have to watch it. Um, shit. I mean, we got our viewers up. I want to let everybody know if you guys bet online, we use Prize Picks. Game three. Usually, I don't say my plays because every time I share a play, everyone goes under. But I'm gonna share one right now. J- Jason Tatum, he always goes over when he doesn't play at home. So game three, if his line's at 24.5 or 26.5, I believe it's over. That's something new to us.
Ooh, we got an early plate. Maybe that could just be a segment. We just do. We just start
Hey, Prize Picks sponsor us. Underdog sponsor us. I'll
underdog.
tell you.
Hey, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, real quick, shout out to Brandon. He's on our podcast before. He said he's picking Boston in 6, and he said he wouldn't be able to watch the game until the fourth quarter, and he hopes it's a close game. Sorry, Brandon, it was nothing. It was not close at all. Uh, Luckily you didn't miss anything though, so hopefully the ones you do get to watch are more exciting than this one. But that's gonna do it for us. Um, Stay tuned, stay subscribed, because we have more finals content coming out, of course, because it's the finals. Duh.
The finals, baby.
This is it. After this, the podcast is over. We're never coming back. I'm just
No,
this is it. All right.
never.
All right. Well, we'll deliver the slander to you as it comes to us. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. This is the Hooper Soul Podcast. I'm Jacob. This is PJ. Peace out, y'all. See y'all
Peace.
soon.